everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights 2. Last episode we went around and recruited a couple people to help out in the keep here. Managed to get a couple people to get ore, managed to get someone to help with the farms, got an armor smith and a weaponsmith to help with the armor for our Grey Cloaks, got Deacon, yay, and we got a sergeant who we'll speak with soon. Right now, though, we need to focus on improving this place. Let's start by speaking to Master Vidal. Construction is complete. Alright, what do we need to rebuild? Well, there's nothing in the courtyard. Yeah, what did it say? Nothing left to build right now. The only lots available... I have plans, but they require more resources than I have right now. See me later. Alright, so I don't really want to rebuild anything in the keep quite yet, but the fortifications and surrounding areas wouldn't be a bad idea. I think the surrounding areas, yes. Have the men work on making the trail to Crossroad Keep wider and easier for merchant wagons to travel. That'll probably help out a lot. Not my favorite of duties, but it will not only help travelers and merchants, but it will help me with my materials. So much to do, so much to do. Indeed. Now let's go into the keep and speak with Kana. Also, we have Catriona here. And it looks like they may have been armed a bit. Excellent. From your humble beginnings to this, you must be pleased, Captain. I have a Grey Cloak report for you. The men have completed rudimentary training. They're capable of defending themselves and, given enough numbers, overwhelming an opponent. How can I be of service? Give me a report. We're at 5% time passed. Training is average. Weapons and armor are basic. Unit strength very low. But the road condition is widened. We'll get our fortifications done next. And our one sergeant has no missions. But let's see here. More in depth about the men and the sergeants. Tell me about Catriona. Catriona has weathered many battles in Old Owlwell before she got to me. There's little I can teach her. The only decision for her is where to station her. I was planning on holding her in reserve to deal with special missions or other important matters, but I will defer to your judgment. Once she has an assignment, though, it may take some time for her to delegate her responsibilities. I'll be back in a sec. If it will come up, I think for now, she should help train the men, just for the moment. I will let her know her new assignment. Alright, let's change, let's see... Talk about tithing. Talk about tithes on the... let's talk about something else, hold on. Organize the men, have them train and garrison the keep for now. And that's what we'll keep it at least until we get them better trained. Alright. Now, let's walk outside. Things should be a little better now. Vidal is back. The construction is complete, Captain. I am eager to hear what you want us to do next. Alright, we do need to rebuild something. I think we should actually rebuild the fortification. What does it say for the surrounding areas? Roadwork is almost a waste of my skills, don't you agree? But coins in your coffer means more work can be done. Cobble the trail to the keep? No. Let's, rebuild the fortifications. The first part of fortifying Crossroad Keep is making the walls, well, more wall-like. It's a horrible mess right now, holes everywhere. Just filling in the holes is the first step. Lord Natcher made it quite clear that he considers this a top priority. Start repairs on the walls. We'll fill the holes, Captain, but without more work after that, they'll barely be worth calling defenses. Indeed. And, since we're down here, I also want to speak with these two. First up, Jacoby. Come by to see me, have you? Well, old Jacoby is getting along just fine, thanks to you. Anyway, enough of my talk. Something you need? How about upgrading the weapons of my men? Eager to help, Captain. I have enough materials to provide new weapons. What weaponry do they have now? Well, I managed to get some real weapons in each Grey Cloak's hand, but doing more is going to cost some gold. I want good weapons for all the Grey Cloaks. As do I. Proper weapons will take a considerable investment of ore and time. My time's yours, but the rest will take gold. Get started on it. And here's the thing. Keep funds are lower than the amount of gold it costs, so we'll be spending our own gold from here on. The men won't forget this, Captain. Neither will I. Start right now. We have a ton of coin, however. Almost 500,000 gold. So this is fine. Idario, upgrading my men's armor. How are they equipped now? Well, I managed to equip most of them with leather. I know it's not much. I could do better, but it'll cost more money. I want all the men to have decent armor. That won't be cheap. You've got a lot of grey cloaks to armor, Captain. I do have the supplies on hand, however. Get started on it. Absolutely, Captain. I'll get straight to it. Thank you very much. Alright, when we go back inside, they should be better armored. Excellent. And we'll have fortifications, so things will be better. Okay, then.
Captain, there's a sheriff from a nearby village that wants your help.
Well met to you, Captain. I'm the Sheriff of Leaves. We're a small village just south of your patrols.
Our patrols have made some of the bandits go elsewhere, in search of easier pickings.
Which sends them right to Leaves, I'm afraid.
Is it a halfling village?
Leaves is, at that. Not more than 2 score of us. The bandits have raided our village twice. First time just to steal our pigs, but we're thinking it's going to get worse.
So Leaves wants us to send regular patrols their way to stop them.
Your Lady Conna has the straight of it. It's a lot to ask, I know, but we're desperate.
If we send men over there, those are men we won't have for our own patrols and duty. It could set us back on our own front. The decision is yours.
Send half of our ready men to Leaves, have them wait until the bandits show up. Station 1 patrol to their village to assist them. Give them a couple men, it's all we can afford right now, we can't spare any. This isn't my problem, would we get anything for helping? Send half of our ready men to Leaves, have them wait until the bandits show up.
There's no way my village can thank you enough, Captain. Thank you.
Sending half our men out? Captain, that will severely limit our effectiveness until it's done. I hope you've made the right call.
That may be the case, but I want to help. I received word from Captain Brelena in Neverwinter. They have captured Garius' consort, Torio Claven, and are holding her for treason. Brelena says that they were going to put her to death, but Sir Naval interceded and said that we should let you decide her fate. Torio Claven has offered her full cooperation and access to everything that she knows in exchange for her life. If you decide to let her live, she will be transferred to Crossroad Keep to serve as an informant. What do you want to do? What is your opinion? I think that Torio Claven poses an acceptable risk compared to the benefit of the information she could provide. Torio's information could prove useful. Bring her here. Very well. I shall send for Torio to be brought to Crossroad Keep. Once here, I will watch her closely. Alright, give me a report. Training is good, weapons are good, armor is decent. Alright, things are fairly good, but our unit strength is still very low. Fortifications are repaired. Oh wait, I didn't actually... The cloaks aren't farmers anymore, they're as skilled as the watch in the city. They could be better, but I would be willing to put them in the field. Let me look here. 14 merchants, 11 peasants. Things could improve. This is very true. Alright, has just been assigned, there's nothing to report yet. I can't remember what she's assigned for. What was she assigned for again? Oh, what's the status? The courtyard is shaping up and Master Vidal is making the walls stronger. The keep itself hasn't been touched, however. The keep is filled with loyal men and followers, but there still may be a few out there to find. Yeah, what has she done? She's assigned to training. Alright, let's try training them one more time. Because there's a certain level that I want to try to get to. I think that's all I want to do now. Things are improved, however. Alright, let's go outside. Alright, Master Vidal. Oh, look! See, we actually have some protection in the walls now. The construction is complete. Okay. What about the fortifications? The walls aren't rubble anymore, but no one could be satisfied to leave just at that. So we add to them, make them stronger and better. It will be time-consuming, yes. It will be expensive, yes. But the results, it will be worth it. Go ahead and reinforce the walls. After I'm done, the walls will be like they were when they were new. Excellent. I definitely approve. Can we approve our weapons and armor, however? Jacoby, come to see me, have you? Can we talk about upgrading the weapons of my men? You provided me a fine shop, and I'm grateful, but to equip all of the Grey Cloaks with weapons, that takes ore, and that I don't have enough of. I need a local supplier. Find that, and I'll get your men the gear they need. Ah, yes, we need to find more ore in order to improve our gear anymore. Not what I wanted. So, unfortunately, our Grey Cloaks are as strong as they're going to be able to get. On the plus side, security is getting better, but we still need to actually patrol. This'll take a bit. Let's head back in here.
There's a matter that requires your attention, Captain. There's a group of people here to see you.
It is a pleasure to meet you. You've made a bit of a name for yourself, and me and my band were hoping to impose upon you. You see, we want to follow in your footsteps and become adventurers. So we've pooled our resources to equip ourselves. And now all we need is a mission that will get us gold and riches.
Now, it's not just about that, David. It's also about making the realms a safer place. Too much mischief afoot these days, if you ask me.
Right you are, Brother Maxwell. So, do you have any work for us?
Turning them loose sounds like a bad idea to me. Even when we first set out, we had more sense in our toes than this lot has between them.
Well, I guess suddenly we're now handing out the quest to other adventurers. Can you handle real danger?
Besides my arcane skill and Brother Maxwell's blessings, Juin and Candrel have been practicing bladecraft since they were girls. We can handle danger.
Kana, is there anything these adventurers can help us with?
Near Port Last, we've heard rumors that the Luskins are plotting something. If I had any spare men, I'd send them to investigate.
You hear that? Now that's an adventure. Let's take the high road then.
It's just a rumor. It could be nothing. Wait!
Make sure you have enough rations for the journey, and don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this.
I fear we've set those poor fools on a dangerous course.
Well, adventurers always have to start somewhere. Kana, there may be an opportunity for our men to gain some field experience. If you want to organize the men for a mission, let me know. Just a second. Tell me about Catriona, helping train the men. Actually, hold on. Grey Cloak report. After a great deal of training, the Cloaks are acting like soldiers. Only skilled sergeants and regular training can improve them now. Give me a report. Training is very high, but it's not quite best of the best, which is possible, with help from a sergeant. What special mission is available? The Crossroad has been a haven for bandits for over a dozen years now. The only farmers left are stubborn and hard as stone. I talked earlier today with a bandit we captured who let us know that Old Man Morris has upset one of the small bandit groups. The farmers led by Old Man Morris don't really trust the keep yet. Helping them out could win them over. I know the Grey Cloaks aren't fully trained and outfitted, but field experience could be invaluable. Take care of this mission. I will send the orders, Captain. And she walks out to leave. Torio Claven, let us speak. So, you are rebuilding Garius's fortress. The irony is sharp indeed. Yes, and one best not touch the edge, or else it could cause a nasty scratch indeed. Sand, come now, let's not start. We both have such a disdain for personal politics. No reason for us to get on each other's bad sides. Is there another side to you? I shall make a note of it. Still, I prefer being here to being in a cell, unless you have some other plan for me that would make me long for prison walls. Perhaps you might have a change of heart if you saw what we're doing here. Change of heart? Are you really that naive? Why, that's so attractive. I was Garius's eyes in Neverwinter and Luskan, and he often had me on the lookout for recruits. Despite this, he made some poor choices. Part of any war effort is resources and personnel, and in that area I may be of some use. Any leads on potential recruits for the keep? I have no leads at this time. Tell me about the Arcane Brotherhood. They are the true rulers of Luskan, powerful mages that maintain a stranglehold on the city. That would be a kind description. They are much like our friend Garius in power and temperament. They are said to be powerful mages, capable of great feats of magic, if they weren't backstabbing each other all the time. While Garius was able to rise quickly in their ranks, there were some that he was forced to watch, and ones who watched him. Whether or not they were watching Garius or were using the war to their own advantage, I don't know. How many mages are in the war effort? Most of the host tower, including the Archmage, joined in the effort against Ruithim. It served as an effective distraction for Garius to operate more freely. What can you tell me about Black Garius? I can tell you a great deal. It matters little since he is dead. I met him many years ago on the streets of Luskan. I was earning coppers singing and performing in Luskan alehouses. He used me to spy on other host tower mages that frequented Luskan's seedier districts, as well as their servants. From there, he was able to track their movements and their plans. As time wore on and Garius's prestige grew, I became a useful tool, and eventually an effective weapon. There is only so much a wizard's scrying can see, and I became the eyes that saw the rest. I believe we asked about Garius, not your dull past. All in good time, Sand. If you do not wish me to elaborate further, then be patient. I have rarely seen someone of Garius's raw ambition. He was determined to become a master of the towers, and he rose through the ranks so quickly, so brutally, that he earned the name Master of the Fifth Tower. There are only 4 towers in Luskan. Such a title for a tower yet to be built is no small thing. But I suspect his hunger for power led to his downfall, and led to his alliance with the King of Shadows. He became obsessed with the ritual, and it led him here. I wanted to ask about events in Luskan. Luskan and the Host Tower have their hands full with the war effort with Ruithim, but few know what sparked the war or Garius's role in it. As part of the ritual here at Crossroad Keep, Garius required the Tome of Iltkazar. The Tome of Iltkazar dates back to ancient Ilfan. It is said to have secrets for controlling golems, like the Blade Golems, as well as arcane knowledge of portals and portal creation. So it's like a mage's spellbook. So what? More relevant is that the tome also was part of the terms of the treaty between Luskan and Ruithim, and Luskan did not enjoy being forced to give it to their island neighbor. Its theft caused Ruithim to mount an attack on Luskan, and Luskan was more than eager to respond. They have been at each other's throats ever since. Didn't the Host Tower know who stole the book? No, not really. Garius used Luskan resources to obtain the book. It was only natural that Ruithim blamed Luskan. And Luskan has been eager to make Ruithim its own. Ruithim's accusations and subsequent attack on Luskan ships worked to their advantage. And ours. And ours. The war turned many eyes away from what Garius was doing, and trust me, only a war could turn away all the eyes of the Host Tower at once. I am somewhat surprised that the Host Tower was not more aggressive in determining who stole the book and why. It is unlike them, especially considering that it is a tome of great power. I agree, they are not ones to let mysteries lie, especially political ones. I cautioned Garius against the theft. It seemed too much too soon. He was determined to have it, however, and my words could not convince him otherwise. But his alliance with the King of Shadows allowed him to succeed, and hide the theft for long enough until the war had begun. Why are you telling me this? Because it no longer matters. The theft of the tome was an excuse for the war, not the cause, and if you screamed into the hills, no one would listen. Where is the tome now? I do not know. The tome was used in the ritual, and I suspect if it had been found, something would have been said, but there has been no word. Whoever possesses it now, however, would have access to its secrets concerning the golems, as well as the portal magics it was rumored to possess. You said the tome controls golems. Yes, I am not a mage or sorcerer, so the details are unclear to me. It is said to allow the construction and control of golems, such as a construct we encountered in Neverwinter and again in the Githyanki caves. But the blade golems, I doubt Garius could have manufactured those. Those are of ill-found manufacture, but the book may have provided the means to control them. It was said to have been used as a means of staging the golem attack on Neverwinter in the war with Luskan many years ago. Its other secrets on portals and planar travel aside, the tome can be a dangerous weapon in the wrong hands. And with the tome missing, I fear for Neverwinter. The ritual that took place here in the keep, what was it? The alliance with the King of Shadows was a delicate one, and the scales were heavily in the King of Shadows' favor. That did not sit well with Garius and his ambitions. Through research, he uncovered a ritual tied to the King of Shadows that would provide him with the power he needed to make the arrangement more to his liking. But you put an end to that. I suspect that was for the best. If it had succeeded, I do not believe we would still be here speaking. So when we dealt with you and Lorne before, you were helping with the ritual? He had an agent in Old Owl Well, a priest of shadows, doing research upon corpses to uncover a process of allowing those with arcane abilities to keep them even after undeath claimed them. And he also needed the Tome of Iltkazar, which was held by Luskan's neighbor Ruithim. The Ruithim that Luskan is at war with. Yes, the theft set off a chain of events that also worked to his advantage. As part of the ritual here at Crossroad Keep, Garius required the Tome of Iltkazar. The tome... Okay, we already know about that. And that's all. Very well. Alright, let's leave here for now. I need some water after that talking. Ah, better. Alright. The walls are built up fully. Beautiful, Vedal. Rebuild something. The fortifications. I am proud of my walls. Your walls, Captain. They are sturdy and the keep is truly defensible. But are you content with that? I should think not. Think bigger. Think better! We can make towers on the outer walls with arrow slits and other quite ingenious ideas of mine. I truly wouldn't envy anyone foolish enough to attack us. It'll take time to do so. Let's hold off on that for now. I think maybe the surrounding areas. Have the men cobble the trail to the keep. That's wise, Captain. Some of the larger merchant trains will be able to visit us that way. Thank you. Now then, let's go back inside. Hopefully, we'll hear back on the mission that it was a success. Now then, Kana. I have a report on the men we sent to the Halfling village. Our men fought the bandits a couple days ago. Few survived. They were outmatched, Captain. It's uncertain how long Leaves can hold out against these bandits. I feel we have failed you, Captain. That is very unfortunate. Well, there's our report. Unit strength is low, which I don't like. I have the results from the special mission the Greycloaks went on. Old Man Morris was deep in the hills, and the Greycloaks had some initial difficulty finding him. The report says he's a colorful character. The men were forced to camp nearby after several warning bolts were fired. A few days of waiting and the bandits did indeed show up. With the training we gave the men and weapons we provided, they defeated the bandits quickly. Old Man Morris was humbled by our actions. He said he wanted you to have this. The men are in good spirits. Oh, beautiful! 12% time has passed, and we got Old Man Morris's necklace. Plus 3 armor bonus and a bonus to hide and survival. That might actually be useful for you.
How can I help?
Yes, I believe we can give this to you. Definitely worth it. Now, Kana. Let me look again. I want to get better. I want to organize the men, train and garrison the keep. If we can get everything better, that'll be wonderful. Now, once again, let's walk outside. I am very sad that Leaves didn't succeed as we'd hoped. We need to get more men. Master Vedal. Construction is complete. What is the surrounding areas? The trail to Crossroad Keep is in fine shape. There is still work that could be done for the roads at large, though. I'm sure, but let's save that for now. I actually kind of want to build something in the keep. Repair the library, if you don't mind. You were lucky it didn't collapse on top of you earlier, you know. This will also make Aldenon happy. He's been begging me to let him back in there. Indeed. Perhaps we'll have some news for Aldenon. Or be able to speak with him. Alright, Kana. Any news here? I have a Grey Cloak report for you. Each member of the Grey Cloaks is a competent soldier now. They aren't squires and certainly not knights, but they're as trained as we can get them. Training is best. I guess we can't improve them anymore at the moment. But we do need more, so we need to improve our unit's strength. And also, Catriona, I think she should, any special assignments come up, she should go on them. Let's change subjects. Actually, yes, give me a report. What's down here? Land and road security is low. We need to improve that, but we also need to improve our unit strength. So, we need more men. Have them try to recruit more Grey Cloaks. An important decision you need to make. Yeah, our standards should be the same as the rest of the Grey Cloaks, I think. It will be as you command. Thank you. Farewell. That'll work for now, and we can go investigate the library, which is where Sand appears to have been hiding. The Rise and Fall of Netheril. We've got a bookcase here with... oh, that's a scroll. The Book of Ice? Undeath to Death. Control Undead, that's a scroll. Another scroll is it's a book to read, I don't care about that. The Ruins of Illisk. Sin's Arcane Brotherhood. Refinement of the Alchemist's Craft. The Origin of Magic. Fundamentals of Terrible Destruction. Are these just crafting books? Yeah, I believe they are. I don't care about them. Drop. 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 And drop. The scrolls could actually be useful, though. Alright. Aldenon, have you anything to tell us? It's so good you were able to clear this room out. Not many texts were buried here, but there were such rare ones. You know, this room can be turned into an impressive library, given the right texts and time. I'd like to ask you about some lore. Very well. Lore is said to be my specialty. Things taking place in the here and now move so fast, and they're not very well documented. We'll have to come back to that, because this episode has actually gone on long enough. While we've done some progress, we still need to do more. So I think next episode we will do more. We are going to speak with Aldenon and do more to improve the keep. And there is something else that I just thought of that we'll need to do. But that'll come in later. And in the next episode. So until then, I'm Chester44. That is Travis Ignum, Nishka, Kelgar, Ironfist, Quara, and Chandra. This has been a Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights 2. And I shall see you all next time.